SATURDAY.
Night. Welcome to amorephillyunion, where in honor of the new school year, we are practicing our 3 R's: reading, writing, and rooting for the union. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm back. I'm Paul.
Hey, we're all back. Yeah.
I feel like Gonzo and Rizzo at the end of the Christmas Muppet Christmas Carol. Hi, we're back. Did you miss us?
I mean, I think it's objectively, canonically, one of the 2 best versions of A Christmas Carol.
Oh,
There's only one other right answer, and it's objectively true. Anybody who says otherwise is selling something.
I'm just trying to think of which version is the other one that you have up there.
Oh,
you got the, what's his name? Alistair, what you want to call it? You got the
Alistair Sim.
Patrick Stewart version. You got others. I don't know who your second place one is, but let's get to the game. Let's get to
so this is a weird.
it's Alistair Sim. It's Alistair Sim.
But like,
yeah, it's Alistair Sim. I will say that I think that Muppet Christmas Carol is now tangentially in a red yarn on the board kind of way. It's part of the soccer universe because of Brett Goldstein's love for the Muppets, and Brett Goldstein, of course, was in
Rory Kent
in Ted Lasso. So I think it all works. It's still soccer, guys.
And if you haven't seen it, Google
his one-man version.
His one-man version of the Muppet Christmas Carol. It's
and then Google his visit to Sesame Street.
Also very good. Yeah.
Him and an Oscar was worth the price of admission.
Yeah. Heck, we should just talk about that this episode. No, we got a lot to talk about.
We got some good stuff to talk about.
We got good stuff to talk about.
Plus, who knows, we might have a Christmas episode to do, so, or at least holiday, I should say.
Let's let fall have its time.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. So we're all back, and hopefully we're firing on all cylinders. And I don't know, maybe there's just something in the air because we got that Union at Cincinnati game, which was 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago? I don't even know what day it is. Saturday. Yeah.
It's Tuesday. I don't know.
SATURDAY.
Night. Anyway, little Bay City Rollers for everybody.
So were we all expecting this to be a tie or a loss?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Cincinnati is, a perennial problem for us. They always seem to figure out a way to keep us at arm's length.
Well, since Noonan took over there.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
However, I have a hypothesis.
Ooh, hypothesis.
Hypothesis. Yeah.
Yes. So don't at me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we beat them when we played them at home this season.
We did,
right?
4-1, I believe the score was.
So you'll notice the change there is that we no longer have Curtin. So I think Noonan had Curtin figured out, but doesn't have Carnell figured out in the same way. That is my hypothesis.
And you have 2 confirming data points so far.
I realize there could be a lot of space in between this, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole Vader argument. Once the learner, now is the master. But we got a new teacher in the classroom. So
I mean, obviously still a formidable team because without playing us, they're still second on the table.
Yeah,
well, haven't played us earlier in the season once, but
I mean that's. So let's get into the game a little bit. So so Union down Cincinnati. Union have a 1-0 victory over Cincinnati. There's a lot here.
Well, first off, overall impression of the game. What did you guys think of the game?
Well, are we talking before the 60th minute or after the 60th minute?
Well, the whole game. I mean, I thought it was a fairly, it was a pretty entertaining game. The team showed up to play. They were playing to win.
Showed up to play, evenly matched.
This was,
for the most part.
As we were watching it, I could hear Christie's previous accurate description of MLS. I remember years ago, Christy was saying if you could just kind of blur out the features of the players on the field, you didn't use these
Mm.
exact words, but basically
Hmm.
you could tell the difference between an MLS game versus like a Premier League game. And it's not as fast, a little bit more ping-ponging around to the ball, stuff like that. This game, it was a back and forth. Like they were
Hmm.
quick counterattacks and like full length of the field, either the attack, fizzles, it stopped, and there were long connecting passes. It was a very exciting game. This to me, this kind of felt like a Premier League game almost. Um,
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like you said, there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of good connections, good attacks, that got broken down by organized defenses. Like Christy said, the team seemed fairly evenly matched. I was really impressed that the Union showed up and were like, I don't care where we're playing to win. And you really got that feeling from the team from the get-go.
yeah, I mean, even though the announcers. Okay, a quick review of the announcers in this game. Um, I think they got a nickel for every platitude they used about, from everything giving 100%, you know, top of it was just like, it was like just spin the wheel, pick the one that you land on. I mean, they were
I
entertaining and fun,
mean,
but it was just like, holy cow, they're just pulling out all the little gems. But
the
this game,
Scottish gentleman had like 3 Red Bulls right before
I
they
think
turned on the
that
cameras.
must be it because
Fully.
everything was up to 11. Like it could be like,
Everything was superlative.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like, man, like you have nowhere to go now when something big actually when
Yeah.
something bigger happens in the game. You've already like, I can hear the vein in your forehead, right? And
Yeah.
if someone
Start
gets a
speaking in
hat trick, I
tongues.
don't know where he's gonna go.
He's going to pop.
He's gonna
Yeah.
pop. Yeah. Um, but yeah, this game too is to remind all of us, this was a doubly important game. So, Paul,
Yep.
when you said they showed up to play, I think we had to because this is what they would call a 6 point game, right?
Yes, it
Because
was.
we were ahead of Cincinnati only by 2 points. And, we win, we get 3 points, they lose, they don't get the 3 points. So, this was an important game. And the announcers kept saying that, like,
Mhm.
the most important game all season. Now it is, at the beginning of this season, who can say? But
Right.
um, yeah, I mean, you can see it in the lineup. I mean, they would kind of,
So that was, obviously we heard about Blake coming, during the week.
Mhm.
yeah,
He came off early and so we all figured Rick was going to be the one to start. Again, as you guys were talking about last week, we're definitely growing to expect certain level of performance from Andrew Rick. He's certainly living up to things.
Mhm.
I
yep,
believe actually after this one, he now has 6 shutouts for the season, where
wow,
Blake has 5. Um,
really?
yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty confident about those numbers. And
What
When
were you
did we
saying about the
cross
student?
over? Yeah,
say that again,
exactly.
Chrissy.
What were you saying about the student?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If we see Rick come out with a torso light bright on, then we know there's something.
But there is a comfort factor when Blake is back there. He's going to make those saves that
Yeah.
you know my back would snap in half by trying to make those things, or my quads
Yeah,
would
for sure.
split.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like going into this game, seeing Rick back there. Okay, it's what we've got to deal with, and and
Hmm.
and the Union are moving forward, and
Yeah.
I think they heard that they did bring in an official backup goalkeeper now since
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, we got a new fella.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
Who is it? Do we know?
I mean,
no.
before this, it was literally, I believe, it was like the Union 2 goalkeeper who had
Yeah.
like started like 2
Yeah.
games for Union 2 or something like
They
that.
Yeah.
I don't have his name. He was called up, I think, just to like hold the
Yeah,
line.
Sheridan was his last name, I
Thank
remember.
you. And I guess he was actually injured for that game because my Scoops was texting me that if Rick had gotten hurt that game, they were going to put Harry in net.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where
The
we were
back
at.
the backup goalkeeper actually got hurt during pregame warm-ups
Yeah,
before the last home match.
here it is. Yeah. That's what it
against
was.
Chicago. I guess that one
Yes.
was
Uh,
the one
yes.
they won 4-0.
Yes. That was it. Exactly right.
Yeah, but Harriel was the backup goalkeeper for that one.
So
Wow.
George Marks is the new um
Marks.
backup keeper.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know much about him, but that is his name. So
The rest of us will just hope that he does not see any playing time, not because we're not,
nope. No
we're
disrespect.
confident that he's a fine person and a very, very solid goalkeeper, but we just, yeah, we don't need another injury in that
Yeah,
position.
exactly.
We don't need another hero.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
And then
yeah,
Makanya and Glesnes in the middle, Wagner lockdown out left. And I believe was Harriel out right to start this one?
yeah,
So Westfield kind of getting a little bit of I know he gets subbed on later in the
yeah.
game, but
Yeah.
We had
yeah,
our buddy cop program right in the middle.
that's right.
So Olaski starting, that's kind of
New.
not normal. Um,
Not really unexpected though, as long as he produced
oh,
to me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I
Which he
think you're right,
has.
Christy. I think
Yeah.
Carnell's riding the hot foot at the moment.
Yeah, and I think between Rick just doing his best Blake impersonation with some
Hmm.
great saves, the other person for me was Olaski, and we'll talk about more, but like, holy cow, was that dude just hustling out there?
He's got a motor. He
Yeah,
absolutely has a motor
yeah,
out
and
there.
we could talk more about him as we get
Well,
into the
we
game,
will.
but
So he's
Yeah.
got two older brothers and a dad, and they all used to play soccer together. So I think he's got something to prove,
yeah,
which I'm
maybe,
fine with,
yeah,
as long as.
Halftime was when Milan got a bloody nose with a ball to the face, and then
Yeah.
yeah. So, all right. And then up top was Baribo and Damiani.
yeah,
Yep. Hmm.
So very potent attack, a
yeah,
potent lineup from the Union.
yeah. I think when the game started too, it was fairly evenly pitched. I wasn't too, there was nothing nervous making, at least in the opening, you know, 15 minutes or so. I felt like it was just back and forth, back and forth. Although I can't remember exactly when Rick made his saves, but his saves were absolutely clutch. Yeah, I mean,
Talking about that free kick one to begin with, or was there one before that that you remember that stood
I
out
don't
to you?
remember exactly. It's just kind of, he's just getting, yeah, contorting himself to get a hand to the ball. And there was at least two times. I can't remember exactly when they were,
Pretty
but
sure I saw him turn himself into an L just to deflect a ball at one point. So he's out here doing mime school. I don't know. It's crazy.
But even then, the shots that he was facing, they were from farther out
Mm,
than
hmm,
Cincinnati would like. And I
hmm.
thought that
Yes.
Lukic and Danley did a good job containing Evander for much of this game.
yeah,
Yeah, I did notice that they kind of shut him down because there were a lot of frustration shots of Evander just walking
Yep.
away from what he thought should have been something more
yeah,
than it was. Um,
And he couldn't connect with Dinky up top as easily as he was hoping to. It did
mhm,
seem like the Union we're clogging passing lanes and getting feet into making tackles and
mhm.
yeah, it was a good
yeah,
game. It was a really good game. Now that said, the Union were also having trouble generating really, really quality stuff, but I mean they were getting the ball upfield. They were trying to find each other and there was no quick, Sullivan to tie, like we had in the Chicago game
Mm.
to break it open in the 30th minute or whatever that one was. But yeah, it was a fun game to watch. Just
It felt like we had a little bit more momentum and a little less frustration than they did. I don't know what you guys thought,
I would
but
agree.
like just, shades of difference, but
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I think Danley, again, he was all over the field. He did get a little chippy. We can talk about
Mm.
that when we start talking about the litany of yellow cards. Um, Sullivan and on that right side between Sullivan and Harriel just making those runs, I think that kind of created some nice opportunities, you know,
Hmm.
for our forwards not to score necessarily. Um, but yeah, and then okay, Olaski, Santa Christie watching this game. This guy, well, he took a lot of shots from outside the 18, but he could just get these like bullet shots low on the ground, and he would do it with almost no wind up. Like the ball
Yes.
would be right at his feet, and the next thing I know, it's just this bullet headed towards net, and it's like there was you, I couldn't see any wind up. It's like
Mm.
he's like preset. So as soon as the ball gets to his foot just fires, which is pretty cool. Because I think in terms of the other teams, like you can't even give him a half step because he will get that shot off so fast and so fast that you just got to stay on top of him. So I mean, if anything, he's got to be drawing defenders, which then gives opportunities for our, Damiani and Baribo and everybody else to get goals. Which I guess do you want to just get to the goal?
Mhm.
Well, we should probably mention the early yellow card to
Yes,
Makanya and that one,
and
I believe it
Glesnes.
was a corner kick
Was
that
it?
they were prepping for, and it was Makanya and one of the Cincinnati defenders apparently got a bit too into it, and the referee saw fit to give them both yellow cards. Um,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, kind of
so
showing some parity in terms of
Oh,
his
yes.
displeasure.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, it was definitely. I don't really remember seeing exactly what happened, but it was like the 21st minute around that,
Hmm.
that they got yellow cards, which is a little early to be giving because both of them are defenders. To
Yeah,
give them the yellow cards, they must have really been doing something to warrant that.
yeah.
It was literally right after the commentator said it wasn't a card for them.
Oh
And
right. Uh-huh. Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
like the timing. You couldn't do that again if you tried.
yeah.
But
he couldn't do that if he was listening to their commentary,
right.
huh?
So but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it seemed kind of like a throwaway, but foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but
game felt chippy. It really, I mean, I don't know if it was
Just
players
not
were getting a
fully
little,
reflected in the cards, but it did
yeah.
feel chippy.
Well,
Maybe we had the chips on our shoulders. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that Glesnes yellow, which,
Mm,
I think was a fair yellow because, I mean, Glesnes went sliding in. He left his feet. I mean, I'm just
yeah,
glad his toes were pointed and not studs up because
that could have
um,
been bad.
it could have been bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could have been a rough penalty. And so he got the yellow. I mean, because Glesnes was sporting the captain's armband, he got a little
Mm,
um what's the word, a little
leniency.
leniency. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's again when Jacob is Glesnes is getting a yellow card, yeah, something's a
They were
little
definitely
extra
playing with
heated.
some fire. They were playing with fire in their belly. I mean, like both teams were coming out and really going
Yeah,
at each other.
yeah.
I don't know that there was necessarily animosity to it,
No,
just
no, no, no.
an extreme, not an extreme, but a very heavy competitive edge
Hmm.
that both
yeah,
teams were
Hmm.
a
put
lot of
into the game.
drive. Yeah,
Yeah.
Glesnes being captain did the pregame, alley speech, as it were, which is, only one cuss word from
Yeah.
the Viking. But
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah.
Or did they put it
Um,
up on socials?
yeah, I saw it on socials and it's pretty much,
Nice.
unless they edited it, there's only one thing they had to bleep, but
They actually
um,
edited it in, right? It was
yeah, maybe
post.
they did. It's Allie's voice for
Yeah,
a second. Um,
yeah,
no, but yeah, just basically whatever happens tonight, we're gonna win this one, that
yeah.
usual kind of stuff. But yeah, so
Want to talk about the goal now?
yeah, let's talk about the goal now. Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this was just another example, I think, of what a good game Olaski had.
Yep.
And if there was only going to be one goal in this game, and this game in particular,
We want to get our
I'm
money's
glad.
worth.
I'm glad the person who scored it scored it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, but keep going. You go.
Oh, I was say, what's the dollar per goal amount down to now?
700,000.
There you go, 700,000 per goal. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, Olaski, I just love how he just fought through those defenders. and just at the right at the back line, just gets off that little chip of a cross. And I gotta say, kudos to Damiani. That header was like, I don't know, his body was horizontal, but I wasn't sure which way he was actually moving. And and it just headed into the far opposite, you know, side of the net. So, which is, if you can't hit it down, hit it to the other side. And um,
So there's two things about this well, three things. One, it started because Glesnes made a great intercepting run. He got the ball back, win the ball off of a not a very good pass out of from
hmm,
Cincinnati. So Union jumping on a quick turnover, getting it up the field. Then, and the ball ending up with Olaski on that left-hand side of in the 18-yard box, and him just getting that, half a yard of space and somehow contorting his hips around in some
again,
way to chip it back was
it's
great.
it's that leg. It's just preset to fire, no matter
Yep.
what. Yeah,
But what I caught and I watched one of the replays on this one was, we've talked about Damiani all year and how, yeah, we joke about his dollars
yeah,
per goal
yeah.
amount. But we've also acknowledged that he does do a lot of dirty running and play off the ball. I mean, even Carnell mentioned in one of his post game press conferences where, Damiani will routinely pull one, two, even three defenders out of position with his movement. This one, if you watch this, I actually really encourage everybody to go back and just watch the 7 seconds in the build up to this goal. At one point, Damiani's on the right hand side of the 18-yard box. There's Miazga and the other center defender from Cincinnati are in the middle, and Olaski's off on the left with one of the other defenders.
Hmm.
Miazga does a quick scan. He looks. He sees Damiani's way behind him because Miazga is closer to he's the Olaski's off to the left. He's getting covered by one defender. Then there's Miazga, and then there's this other center defender from Cincinnati. Miazga does a scan. He sees Bruno Damiani is way behind him, and there's another defender in his way between Damiani and Miazga. As soon as his head goes back to the action, Damiani moves. As soon as he knows that Miazga is not looking at him, he goes and he charges across the goal. And you actually see, like in the replay, Miazga puts his arms out to kind of claim some space. Damiani surprises him, fights through the arm, and that's what sends him kind of horizontal and gets his head to that ball for a
Wow,
glancing header.
wow.
I mean, it's sublime off ball play by a forward who was just waiting for that opportunity. He knew
Wow.
as soon as Miazga thought he was comfortable, the ball that there's nobody way anybody was going to get to the ball besides him.
Mhm.
Damiani moved, and it was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a seasoned player, right? Someone who
Yep.
knows plays smart. And
Now, there's no way Damiani could have known that Olaski was going to get the ball there, but he was making the run in case he
yep.
did.
And the success equation, right?
Oh God.
Practice,
Don't do it.
opportunity.
I'm begging you.
Also, I really do appreciate Paul's like Zapruder level of analyzing that
That
Yeah.
goal.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
No,
yeah,
I saw that and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what Damiani was waiting for. He
yeah,
Yeah.
saw him look and he saw him relax and he pounced on it. It was so well done.
And I think that goes a long way to explain. I mean, I know we've made too many jokes about the money, but like, in addition to what you're saying about just doing the work in the field and blah blah blah, I mean, it really does go a long way to explain like what they saw in him and why
Hmm.
he's
yeah, yeah,
here and why he continues to
yeah,
play because they know he has that in him. He just needs to get his,
yeah,
you know, get his groove back, get his mojo
yeah,
back, whatever, insert sports cliche for
yeah.
run of
Just ask the
good
one of the
luck.
commentators. They can give you the
Yeah,
cliche.
yeah, yeah. I'll call Ian Joy and see if he can
Yeah,
scream it in a Scottish accent down the line. But
yeah. I mean, I want to go back and check that out. But I mean, that's just that's the veteran intuition, right? How to get into position. How do you play the field in front of you?
Yep.
How do you make the opportunity, right?
mhm.
So Also want to point out that that occurred during takeoff time of the second half. So
Yes, it
we
did.
were within
49th minute.
I think one of the things we got to do at the end of the season is go through all the goals and just see how many occurred during takeoff and landing for the
As opposed to
Union,
cruising altitude and
and as
toss.
opposed to cruising. I'm going to wager a cup of coffee more than half occurred during takeoff and landing.
I gotta imagine it's like 60%
Yeah, I
plus.
think so. I think so.
So once we did that for the Union, I'd like to see it for other teams. I'd like to see if
True.
that's just
Yeah.
a susceptible time,
Yeah. Actually,
because
that'd be
everybody's coming out and getting settled or about to go
yeah.
off, and they know their break is coming, and we just have to make it to the half or to
Yeah.
whatever. But somehow letting down their card. Be curious
Yeah.
because I don't know.
But in this game, while Damiani put the Union up in the 49th minute, there was going to be
Mhm.
plenty of pucker factor in this one. Uh, as 10 minutes later, a
You'll
lefty,
have a diamond.
yeah, Makani decided to make some sort of I don't understand this challenge that
I
he made on Evander to get this second yellow, and he knew it right away. You could see it on his face.
yeah,
He knew
he
when as soon
didn't.
as the whistle happened, he was getting a card. He was
Yeah.
done.
Yep. He
I
started walking right for the edge of the field.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't think the game was exciting enough. I don't know. It was
It's not enough of a challenge. Who
yeah.
wants to? What was the line from Cars? Winning the race by more than a lap is. Where's the drama in that? Thanks, Marcano. We could have gone with a little less drama on this
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's only 21, which I mean, it's not exactly a kid, but it's not exactly not a kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I've said this before, but I always, what Jillian said when we were, I think, on their podcast, one team we were on, was how, he got a bad red card early in the final for Union 2 last year. And
Hmm.
I don't know that she was saying that was the reason, but it's certainly a bad omen and a loss to the team and all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and then you're playing down to 10 from fairly early on. So there's that problem too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because it would be almost 37 minutes if you add in stoppage time that
that's
the
right.
Union were down.
Hmm.
Yeah. So he makes me very nervous. I mean, I love to see him score. I know he does some really good things, but he's sort of like
He's
I
the
don't know,
Damian Lowe.
the Damian Lowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was starting to say Martinez, but that, as we've discussed before, that kind of leveled off
Yeah.
after a year or two. So, but yeah, he always makes me a little like, please don't get your
Yeah.
dander
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he still has seasoning to do to know
Yeah.
when to make a foul and when not to,
Yeah.
and how hard to go in on
Yeah.
things. I
It's the
kind
downside
of
of being passionate, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's what this one was. He kind of the moment got to him, and
Mhm.
he probably had been told Evander does not shoot. Whatever happens, Evander does not shoot, and he was
Mhm.
running with Evander. And it's not like Evander was going to outrun him, but Makanya just went and took him out. And
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
putting the team in that position was tough.
Yeah.
It's a game. You're up. You're winning. It's an important game. It's going to set the team up. And just if you could have just not done that.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
I mean, at
Yeah.
least it wasn't inside the 18, so
Fair point.
that's all silver lining on that. But
And of course, that does mean he's out for Vancouver on the 13th too.
yeah.
So that's never great. But
Yeah. Substitutions wise later on, felt like
Well, it was the 63rd, so not too long after the yellow,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
yellow red card that we got the first set of subs in.
yeah,
and
so
definitely
that
feels
was,
like it was a defensive minded set
Oh
of
gosh,
subs.
yes.
yeah. So Westfield for Quinny and Indy for Ty
Mm,
in the 63rd minute.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sullivan was kind of quiet in the second half. I
He
don't know.
was.
I just felt like he wasn't as productive out there.
Hmm.
But Indy for Baribo, that's an interesting combo swap.
Well, I think they were rebuilding, resetting the midfield, the four in the midfield.
Yeah, to kind of hold up the game then.
Yeah, get that fourth defender in and get the midfield reset and just run with one
Yeah.
forward for the rest of
Mhm.
the game.
Yeah, because I was a bit baffled by that, and that's essentially what you said to me.
Yeah.
Maybe in less detail.
Yeah, I probably just grunted out some barely recognizable words and
Throw another log on the fire.
throwing the log on fire.
Yeah.
Nothing
Um,
like campfire soccer.
yeah, we were watching this outside on the laptop. So, um, and then
Yeah.
74th minute, Ura came in for Damiani, which I wasn't mad about.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
kind of a one for one,
Yeah.
roughly.
well, I also felt that they were looking at it as, they were playing in that low block, that kind of conservative, let them come at us for the most part. But, we've all commented on Aura's speed. So if there was
Hmm.
an opportunity to make a long pass, Aura was going to win the ball against those
Right.
tired defensive
Hmm.
legs again
Hmm.
of Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Exactly.
with that speed, it's kind of like the work of like one and a half attackers, you know. It's
Yeah.
gonna um one and a half defenders are gonna have to keep an eye on Aura.
And then Rafa for Alaski in the 83rd minute
Yeah,
seemed I didn't see the necessity of that, but perhaps there's more.
maybe he's trying to save Olaski's
Alaski's.
legs a little bit because he was just
Yeah, he
all
still
over
had,
the game.
I guess. I mean, they had 2 weeks in between games, so I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure what exactly was the thought process in this, other than just the next set of fresh legs to see out the game.
Yeah.
Looking at the substitutes not used, I mean, the other options were
Allie?
Mbaizo, Bedoya, Sullivan, or Bueno. In all honesty, I could have seen Bueno or Bedoya being a more typical substitute in that
Mm,
sort of a situation, just to put another more defensive minded, although I wouldn't
mm,
say Bedoya is necessarily defensive minded. Maybe they were hoping to have some possession with Rafa.
mm.
I'm not real sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it just seemed a little unnecessary, but I'm sure they know their minds.
Hmm.
Hey, kill 20 minutes or 20 seconds to make the sub at
Well,
least.
there
There
you
you go.
go too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and save some legs, whether you really need to or not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
save
this
some
this
legs, add fresh legs. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. No, this game was definitely the last 20 minutes was kind of squeaky bum time, just to like, let's just get these 3 points. Please, let's just get these 3 points. Just get the 3 points, dear MLS writers, come on.
And when they put Kai Kamara in the 89th minute, I
I got
Oh,
was,
scared.
whoo,
I got
yeah,
nervous.
yeah.
that guy is a game changer.
Yeah. He's like
MLS
a
journeyman Kai Kamara.
yeah, I should look up
Yeah.
how many MLS teams that guy has
I
played
think we did
for.
this once before, but now I have to check again because I feel like the list is probably longer.
Yeah.
But they did make mention the fact that, he's got the most goals of any active MLS player, and he's like 20 or something like that off the record. Or I don't
That
remember
Landy
exactly what the
Cakes.
numbers were.
I don't know who's got the most. Is that Donovan?
I think it's Donovan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing about Kai is, like many great strikers, he can be absolutely silent for 89 minutes, and that 1 minute he scores.
100%. Yeah, he's it's like the Apollo Creed, right? You might be a great fighter, but I fight great,
Mhm.
It's like he can yeah, I mean he's such a veteran striker. Like he will
And
find
he's
a
got
way.
those jumps. He can
Yeah.
get up
Yeah.
for anything in the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, this list is much longer than I actually anticipated.
For the who Kamara's played for.
Yeah.
So how many are there?
Hold on, let me count one more time.
Well, does it go back to get teams that he's played with once before, or does it have them all individually only once? Because I would imagine he's probably left teams, gone to like two or three other teams, gone back to that team.
Statistically, he's got to be on teams multiple times. Yeah.
Yep.
So there are some teams that are not in MLS, and they do list if it's like a loan or if he was actually on the team, I assume
Okay.
is
All
what that
right.
means. And this is Wikipedia, which I have found is not always
Yeah, grain of
Uh-huh.
salt.
Fair,
great with
fair.
MLS.
Heavy
But
caveat.
with all the asterisks,
So it's
13
13
MLS
MLS teams.
teams.
So he was with Kansas City, obviously Cincinnati.
Columbus.
Was he with Columbus?
Yep.
Was he with Toronto at one point or Montreal? I thought
I
he was
thought it
with,
was New England.
I know he's with one of the Canadian teams.
Both.
He was at both Toronto and Montreal. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's
Well,
5.
no. Sorry, New England and Montreal.
Oh,
Not.
New
I
England,
don't
Montreal.
see
Okay.
near Toronto on the list.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think he was ever in Dallas. I don't think he was in Charlotte or Miami.
Was he with Colorado?
Yes.
All right. That's 6. Um,
Seattle? I'm not confident on
I
that
don't think
one.
he was with
Literally have to
Seattle.
run through all these. Okay.
I
No.
want to say he might have been with LA Galaxy. No?
LAFC?
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
that's 7.
Wow.
This is an audio medium. I have to say things. Yes.
Yeah. He
So
wasn't
let's
with
see. We
C.
got Utah. Um,
Oh, was he with New York City?
he
Scanning.
must have been with one of the New York teams. I would probably say
No.
LACFC.
Oh, okay.
No?
No.
Good on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
All
right.
right,
See.
Mark.
Um, I'm forgetting now. So,
Chicago, Kansas City, St.
Not.
Louis.
so now we're just
Wait.
now
You're
we're just
No,
just.
no, no.
You're just.
I'm not guessing these. I'm just
Oh, you're
throwing
not
out
guessing these.
names
You're
for us
just.
to
You're thinking.
consider.
Okay.
wow.
Let me know when it's a guess. Would
Was
you
he
like me
with
to tell you?
Minnesota?
Oh, briefly, yes.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Well, for sake of keeping things moving, do you just
Yeah.
want to hit the other ones we
So
didn't get?
I'll just do, I can't remember what you did and didn't say,
All
so I'm
right.
just
Yeah,
gonna say them quickly. Columbus Crew, San Jose Earthquakes,
San
Wow.
Jose.
Houston Dynamo,
He was with
S-
Dynamo? All right.
32 appearances. Sporting Kansas City is the longest
Yeah.
tenure.
Yep.
And then a little spate in England, and then back to Columbus Crew. Um, I'm sorry, so it's actually 12 teams. I apologize. It's 12 teams because it's two times
Wow.
the Columbus Crew. New England Revolution, Vancouver Whitecaps, Colorado Rapids, Minnesota United. Then he popped over to Finland because you do.
Sure. All right. Well, after
Montreal,
Minnesota.
Chicago Fire, LAFC, FC Cincinnati.
Wow.
Wow. That guy, man.
So
Good on
the
him.
other teams he's been on is the Orange County Blue Sarges USL team. He was loaned to Norwich for part of a season.
Oh,
He was at Middlesbrough for a
Canaries?
season, and something called High FK, which is the Finnish club.
Wow.
So
This has been your Kai Kamara digression
I
for the
know,
week.
I know. Kai Kamara, who has never played for the Union, but we're
Yeah,
talking about him
right.
anyway. No, this guy's been
Yeah.
around
I almost
for
feel left out. He hasn't played for us.
I
20
know,
years. He's
seriously.
been playing, yeah, pretty much 20 seasons in MLS.
There's a non-zero chance you go to your neighborhood pickup game. Kai Kamar might be there, you know?
I was just explaining to Scoops about how, oh, well, players, it's usually keepers have a longer shelf life. They're usually 41, 42. Well, not
Yeah.
always, but they're often
It's not
can
uncommon.
make it to 41, 42. But not player, not like, on field, non goalkeeping players. He's 41.
Yeah. Remember there was that one guy too in the early MLS days, Escuderian. I think he played
Uh-huh.
until I think it was like 40, 42, something like that, I think. But that's so rare for a forward
God
to
bless
keep
this guy.
playing. Um,
Anyway, that was our Kai
yeah.
Kamara digression. If you
And this time he didn't make an impact
Thank
on
God.
the
No.
scoreboard.
Yeah.
no disrespect to Mr.
No.
Kamara, but
Yep.
yeah, absolutely glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. And we walk out of there with 3 very sweaty points.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, if after that, red card, if the MLS god said, "Hey, would you take a draw?" I would have taken a draw. So,
Yeah.
kudos to the team, whatever the grit, whatever
Mhm.
other sayings that would come from those announcers.
Mhm.
The Union had it. They just stuck it out, you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was thrilled with it. I didn't look thrilled because I was extremely tired after we finished watching this game, but it was a bit of a surprise,
Yeah.
and couldn't have been a more pleasant one.
And now the Union are 5 points clear in the
5 points.
Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Cincinnati's still in second. The other results, Charlotte and Nashville are at 50, so neither of them got, ahead of Cincinnati. Union are currently in first in the supporters
Yep.
shield race. San Diego in the West has 56 points. Even Miami, who has four games in hand over the Union, even if they were to win all four of them, well, they're at 47 points. So
So they
if,
could
or no,
catch.
they're at 46 points. So if they were to win all of them, they'd end up at 58.
Yep.
So technically, they could possibly maybe catch the Union, and we'll see what the MLS writers have to say about that. So there's definitely still a competition there for,
Yep.
for Supporter Shield. Um, just mentioning Supporter Shield, I did listen to your last podcast, and just to let you know, there is an actual Supporter Shield that is the actual trophy that the teams get. That is kept by the Supporter Shield organization in the position of the fans. And that is actually supposed to be transferred season to season for the team that wins the Supporter Shield.
Hmm.
The year that the Union won the Supporter Shield,
Oh.
there was transfer. It was, COVID year.
Yep.
So they had trouble getting it to the Union. So the
Mm,
Union actually made their own Supporter Shield.
okay.
It was a Captain American shield
Okay. Okay.
that was the boyfriend. So there was a woman who was on the staff for the Union, whose boyfriend was Captain America, made this Captain America shield for a costume, and apparently it was a really, really nice Captain America shield. So when they needed a supporter shield, she brought in his costume shield, and
Awesome.
they mocked it up to make it look like the supporter shield.
That's so cool.
And so that's where that one comes. And that's the one that they actually maintain and hold, the Union do, in their cupboards or their trophy case.
God, that
And
is
That's
so
so
yeah, I wanted to
cool.
make sure I shared that when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
right.
listened to it, the
Wow.
First of all, it's
conversation
a
you two had.
fantastic story. There's something so Philly about it.
Yep. I'll just
Like,
make
yeah,
it
we're just gonna
ourselves.
make our own trophy. You know
Yeah.
what?
I
Forget it.
mean, look at the mummers, right? It's just like, oh, we'll just build our own.
We'll just put some
But
sequins on this and some flip feathers.
Exactly.
what
You
I
can
feel like
barely
that's
tell
gonna
it's a
end
manhole
up
cover.
in some sort of, I mean, if not union, memorabilia case, but also like it could almost go in a COVID exhibit as like one of the things that
Yeah,
like,
right.
the weirdnesses that had happened that
Yep.
year because
Yeah.
of all
Not
this
wrong.
strange things that yeah, it just I can just see the curator in me is making an exhibit right now. But what a great story that is. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was so confident that it was just some sort of placeholder thing, and then halfway through me saying that, I was like, that doesn't actually make any sense. So,
No, it's a great story. They've
Yeah.
great story.
actually, I think there's been interviews with the woman who brought it in, with her interview with her boyfriend. There's been people that have outlined how it all happened, and articles that came out after
Love
that
it.
year, and that's where I read it. And
That's
Love
so
it.
cool. That's awesome.
So
so,
good.
Yeah.
no, it was definitely cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so right now the Union are in pole position. So if they were to win their remaining 5 games, it would be theirs, to walk away
Yeah.
with at the end of the
Yeah.
season.
And we've with the win, we locked in playoffs. So we are
Yes.
Yes.
guaranteed to make it into the playoffs.
First team in the East to
First
do
team
that.
is,
So,
which is good. I mean, hopefully we win the rest just so we have, home field advantage and, all that stuff. I guess related in the East, Montreal and DC are eliminated, which, that's kind of just secondary news. However, we still got a game against DC United. And whenever we play against an eliminated team, I get nervous because, okay, to have the obligatory replacements quote, there is no tomorrow for DC United. And so, I mean, why not? Why not just go all out in
No, no,
every
no.
game
Sorry,
week.
there is no tomorrow for Benteke's.
Yeah,
There it is.
exactly.
Yep.
Both
Um,
of those were reference callbacks to last week's episode. If
that's
you haven't
right.
Yes.
That's
listened to
right.
that,
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but I listened and
Yep. So
Um,
yeah, that could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
interestingly, though, LA Galaxy, who have 4 wins,
Yes.
has not yet been mathematically eliminated from the West.
It
Yeah.
makes no, the West doesn't
I,
make sense if you look at the East.
Yeah, it's just the East this year is just proving to be much more dominant.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, nobody thought we'd be here, but we're grateful, I think.
Yeah.
Not to speak for y'all, but I
No, I
can't
mean,
imagine you wouldn't be.
the commentators even mention it in the game that like basically Carnell has gotten his team working at such a high level, that this, the paraphrase or to translate what they said, basically the Bradley Carnell experiment seems to be working. So,
Yeah.
And they
um,
seem to be having fun. We've talked
yeah,
about that in the past. Like
yeah,
when the team seems to be enjoying it, and the commentators did make mention of this during the broadcast, like they just seem to be moving the ball almost at ease and just exploiting space that they generate. And it's just fun to watch.
yeah,
And then good things happen.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now there's still a long, 5 games left in the season plus
Yep,
postseason,
yep. Plus
which
an
we,
Open Cup match.
yep,
Well, I
yeah,
guess real quick before we move on to what's coming up, it's worth mentioning about Team of the Match Day.
yep.
Carnell got the sub coach, which whatever. Um,
I think he's a
Wagner.
the fictional coach of this team gets a red card. He's got it.
Yeah. um, Wagner got it and Damiani got, but I guess Damiani is also a sub. I didn't see that part. So hey, not bad, not bad. We'll take it. 3 of our guys. Yeah. So I guess coming up and kind of this the end of the season. The end is near. Um, so we got our next game coming up. A little bit of a break, I guess, right? Because we don't have any games this weekend coming up.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Oh, related to that, I just wanted to acknowledge we made it through the transfer window, and Baribo's still with us. So I think Paul. I think your speech did it. I think that speech,
It was the
lo-
music that you
yeah.
put
Well,
underneath it.
it's a team effort. You provided the words. I did a little bit of creative editing, and Christy put up with the both of us, and it's a winning combination. But
Just
yeah,
like she's
so.
doing now.
But we made it through the transfer window, so I was that dawned on me just this weekend. I'm like, oh, that's right, we still got Baribo. So hopefully now we're locked in until the end of the season from this point
Yep.
going forward. So yeah, things can fully congeal. Olaski's coming up to speed, so man, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So we got a little bit of a break, which is nice for, I guess, all of us. So our next game isn't until I guess a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
the Union will be traveling to Vancouver. Of the 5 remaining regular season games, we only got 2 more home games, so
That's
3 of them
right.
are away. Um, yeah, I guess we'll probably talk more about this game before it gets here, but um, yeah, where's Vancouver? They're third place. So this is an important game.
Now
Um,
they're West Coast third
oh
place,
wait, yeah, scratch that.
which
Yeah,
is like,
West Coast.
fifth place in the East or something. Plus,
Wow.
they're Canadian, so you got to do the
Yeah,
the
right,
It's
right.
a
So
metric
exchange
the
rate.
thing, and
metric to miles
yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so that's coming up. We got the US Open Cup game coming up
Yes.
3 days after. So again, it's still a little ways off, so we can talk more next week. But I could see maybe throttling back a little bit Vancouver because at this point we got to win Open Cup. I mean, you don't come this far to then just phone it in. So
So it will be interesting. Carnell doesn't like to, he likes to keep a rhythm, a cadence of games going
hmm,
for his players. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. We can talk more about it next week.
yeah, no, but that's a good point, right? Because it's almost like what's worse, playing a game every 3, 4 days, or playing a bunch of games and then you got 10 days off and then you got to jump back in. That rhythm can get really, get interrupted.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess that's it. We got about 5 games to go. At some point, mathematically, we depending on how the other teams play and how many of these remaining 5 games we win. I mean, in theory, we could lock up Supporter Shield before the end of the season. God willing, the creek don't rise. But
I'm
yeah,
really looking for that. I think the next thing to clinch is home field advantage for the first round.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, there's a little voice inside my head that just keeps saying, triple crown, triple crown. It could happen. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Open Cup
Not
first.
impossible,
Yeah,
It's not impossible. We just take one game at a time.
exactly.
right?
At least that's what
Give
I'm
everything
saying.
110%.
That's right. Team effort.
I can't
Yeah.
tell if you're trying to wink at me or if your eyes
No, I'm
twitching
twitching.
from the
She's
pain.
twitching.
I'm
Yeah,
twitching.
she's twitching. Uh,
Oh. Okay.
it's great to be back.
Yep. Yep.
Woo!
Ooh,
Yeah.
doggies.
I mean, I hope everybody had a nice, end of the summer.
It was great.
It was a welcome little reprieve here. But now we got the final push, and then we have
Yep.
postseason. So, all right. Anything else?
No.
Just in other news, I believe the first Eagles game of the season is Thursday.
Oh.
How sweet is it that the Eagles are raising the Super Bowl 59 banner in front of the Dallas Cowboys?
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
It's at the link at 8:20 p.m. on Thursday, and there's a win probability here that is lovely. 77.6% Eagles, 22.4 Cowboys.
Too bad it couldn't start it with a 1. It would be
I know.
1776.
Oh my God, so good.
Ah.
But yeah, so no draws, or we could have gotten that. But yeah, even I work with a lot of Texans, and they'll even say, yeah, the
Yeah.
Cowboys are no good. So right now, so they still don't like the Eagles, but not big fans of the Cowboys at the moment. Anyway,
Mhm.
so that season starts again. Don't worry, we're not becoming an American football podcast, but
But we are
it
an
could be.
Eagles. We are an Eagles fan podcast.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think it's a requirement.
Well,
Yeah.
we're a podcast of Eagles fans.
there we go.
There
That's
you
the
go.
better way to
There
say it,
you go.
Paul.
Yeah.
From the guy who's wearing green. Are you wearing your Eagles shirt?
No, just a plain green shirt.
Oh, okay. It's definitely Eagles green. It's just
Chrissy's wearing green.
I am.
Yeah.
But no, it's also
This is
not
more of a
his.
crushed velvet looking thing. I don't know what that is.
oh, I realize I'm wearing my St. Louis City t-shirt.
There you go.
Who are teetering on the brink of
Oh,
elimination.
God bless.
So, to quote Dumb and Dumber, saying there's a chance.
They're better than LA Galaxy, so
Yeah, that's the thing, right? As bad as their season might be, as long as they're not
there's
LA
always
Galaxy.
what a real quick, what a precipitous fall. LA Galaxy, I really thought they were going to pull it together at some point.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
I
think
know
there's
they've had some problems and roster changes and stuff, and we are not an LA Galaxy podcast, so that's about as much as I can say
yeah.
with any intelligence. But wow,
I mean, it's just they got to be setting records from the quickest change from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. But
the whiplash is neck breaking.
yeah,
It really is.
Right, because they won last year.
Yup.
to quote John Oliver, they're going downhill faster than Swiss people can shake a cowbell at.
That sounds like a great time to wrap it up.
Alrighty. With that, if you want to share your good one-liners, you
Let
can
us
reach
know what you shake a cowbell at.
you can reach our website. We are amorephillyunion.com. Feel free to send us any questions, comments, what have you, via email or via socials, particularly Instagram. That's when we tend to be hanging out the most. But yeah, we'll be sure to include whatever you got to say. We'll be happy to include it on our podcast. You can email us at pod@amorephillyunion.com. Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Bluesky. We are a More Philly Union. Check out our playlist over on Spotify with awesome set of music. It's just nuts. Just look for the More Philly Union name and the little musical notes that go with it. If you want a more Philly Union swag, we actually have a couple things. You can check out our online store. Just go to our website, or you can get information via our link tree, etc. Download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, go show some love to one of our favorite forces for good in the world, the Philadelphia Union Foundation. You can check them out at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. So thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode of A More Philly Union. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul.
Take it away. All right. Well, I want to stop the recording. Anybody want to?
Huh, weird.
Any funny anecdotes you want to throw in real quick?
Good night.